A trip to the state championship was on the line for Naperville Central football, and the winter sports season continues to ramp up. Hello, Naperville sports fans. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of NSW Season 18. I'm your host, Joe Kennedy. We'll take a look at hockey and girls basketball for the first time this year, but we first have to check on the Red Hawk football team. Naperville Central pounded past Lyons Township last week and hosted York on Saturday nights for a trip to the state title.
The Red Hawk Rowdies are excited for good reasons. Their team, Naperville Central, is in the IHSA 8A football semifinals for the first time since 2013 after a 24-7 quarterfinal win over Lyons Township. A fifth trip to state is on the line for the Red Hawks as they welcome York. The Dukes are back in the semifinals for a third straight year after taking down Warren Township in the quarterfinals. The Hawks punt away on their first drive, so Gavin Ellison makes the best of it by booming this kick inside the 15-yard line. The Dukes may be pinned deep, but QB Bruno Massel keeps the ball himself and picks up a first down and much more. Massel takes the ball past midfield to set the visitors up in enemy territory. York is in a fourth down situation, so Massel keeps the play alive while avoiding trouble until he throws it to Finton Helm, who makes the catch. Forward progress is in his favor, so it's a first down for the Dukes. Then Massel ends the drive with his legs. He keeps the ball while bouncing off defenders like a pinball and is in for the touchdown. York strikes first with a 7-0 lead. Third and long on Central's next drive, but when you have Aiden Clark, it's not over. He takes advantage of a deep coverage, and 42 yards later, it's a touchdown for the Red Hawks. Just like that, this game is tied at 7 heading into the second quarter. Hawks have it again, and Sebastian Hayes rolls before he launches downfield to Garrett Nichols for a 40-plus yard play, and they are in enemy territory. The drive stalls, but Gavin Ellison comes to the rescue by nailing a 40-yard field goal to give the Red Hawks a 10-7 lead. Massel and the Dukes hope to get points before the half, but he loses the ball while running. There's a scramble for the pigskin on the ground until Nick Zabilet falls on top of it, and the score remains 10-7 Red Hawks at halftime. It's Central's ball to start the second half. Hayes runs away from Notre Dame commit Joe Reef, but can't escape Evan Gahn, and he's taken down. Dukes with the ball, and Massel's throw is on the money to Hayden Alexander to move those chains. The drive caps off with Jimmy Connors, who runs to the outside and into the end zone for a Dukes touchdown. They retake the lead 14-10. 14-13 York in the fourth quarter, and the defense continues to haunt Hayes because Eddie Sika reads the pass like a book and picks it off. Dukes pass a long field goal and go for it. Massel displays an acrobatic throw that's deflected but caught by Simon Kadowski to keep the drive rolling. Ball is at the 1, and Massel is into the end zone for his second rushing touchdown of the game. The Dukes go for 2 to make it a 2-possession game, but Zabilet flies into your picture to make the stop, and it's a 20-13 ball game with over 3 minutes left. It's do or die time for the Hawks. Hayes drops back and completes the pass to Vince Byrne for a first down. Fourth down coming up as Hayes looks for Deshaun Williams, but the pass is knocked down and York takes over. The Dukes take an intentional safety as time expires, but they are moving on to the 8A state championship game for the first time in school history. They will look for revenge in the state championship game against Loyola, who's eliminated York in the last 2 postseasons.
Central's loss officially ends the fall sports season for our Naperville area schools. The all-state football teams were announced, and we have some local players who were selected. Bennett quarterback Ryan Kubacki earns All-States in Class 5A. Naperville Central utility man Garrett Nichols was named to the honorable mention class in the 8A squad, while his teammate and defensive lineman Jake Stanish was named All-States. Last but not least, Naperville North's Jacob Bell was named as one of 2 All-State quarterbacks in Class 8A. Coming up next, we'll take a look at the new look for the Warriors Hockey Club. After winning a 4th Blackhawk Cup state championship, the Warriors have rebranded with new colors, players, and coaches.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm gonna get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
Two dealerships, side by side, identical in every way. What makes the difference? The experience. That's why more people choose Fair Oaks Lincoln. Incredible selection, knowledgeable salespeople, and a world-class experience you can't find anywhere else. Get 0% APR financing on most new Lincoln models this month at Fair Oaks Lincoln in Naperville, where the dealership experience makes the difference.
After a state title in the winter, the Warriors Hockey Club looks a little different this season. There's a new look, along with new colors, new schools, new players, and new coaches. However, the goal remains the same: a state championship. NSW's Patrick Cotto has more on the new look Warriors Hockey Club for our latest feature story presented by Fair Oaks Lincoln.
The Warriors Hockey Club enters the season fresh off their 4th AHAI Combined Division State Championship victory and is on a quest to defend their title. However, the Warriors take the ice this season with major changes up and down the program. After going head-to-head in the 2022 Combined State Championship, which the Warriors won 4-3, players from the Wheaton West Hockey Club joined forces. After decades as rivals, students from Wheaton North and Wheaton Warrenville South are now playing alongside their former opponents from Metea and Waubonsie Valley.
Felt a little weird at first because, just kind of that history of playing against them in the championship. But, it's a great opportunity because they're 2 kind of historically successful clubs kind of merging together.
The Warriors Hockey Club remains the same, but with the new logo and color scheme. There's also a new head coach and a familiar face for the former Wheaton players. Keith Farvorth takes over for a retiring Jeremy Dombro after spending 13 seasons with the Wheaton West varsity team. The merger took place last spring, which helped the transition to former Illinois West Conference rivals into teammates before the 2024-25 season began.
Anytime you can have previous knowledge of players like that, whether it was at the Sabres or somewhere else or just kind of maybe playing against each other in youth hockey, that's an important thing, something that's a little bit underrated. But I think what's really happened for us is in the spring season, these kids came together in the locker room really quick, to the point where when we came to the fall season, it didn't feel like we were really merging 2 teams together. They were already a team after the spring season.
Since the meeting in the 2022 Blackhawk Cup Finals, the numbers began to dwindle for both programs, with each team realizing changes needed to be made to keep a strong competitive roster.
We had graduated 24 players 2 years ago, and then last year was another 22 players. So losing over 45 players in a matter of 2 years was pretty difficult. I know they were in the same situation of graduating kids, not having a lot of incoming kids coming in. It kind of locally actually made sense in a little bit of a way because we're not that far, our schools are not that far distance-wise apart from each other.
The Warriors returned many familiar faces from last season's state championship team and believe this will help boost their confidence for another deep run.
I think it was really important that we have that experience because experience is a lot. It's really important in order to make deep state runs because you got to know how to buy in and how to be able to, mix well together.
The Warriors are off to a strong start, winning over 16 games, including a recent Caroline Cup semifinal win over Oswego to punch their ticket to a 7th straight Caroline Championship appearance. While they have a new look, a new talent pool of players, and a new coaching staff, the goals remain the same.
Even though we're winning a lot of games right now, there are things that they can improve upon. I'm looking to see these kids grow as young men, but also on the ice and seeing our success.
Hopefully that success will culminate with another trip to the United Center next March. For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Patrick Cotto.
After the break, let's see how the Warriors fared in the semifinals of the Carillon Cup. We'll also give you the other semifinal between the Naperville Hockey Club and Neuqua Valley.
In these complicated times, local news has never been more important. DailyHerald.com lets you stay connected to your community, wherever you are.
We live in a safe community, but not a crime-free community. If you see something, say something. Be a Naperville Crime Stopper.
The Warriors Hockey Club in Oswego battle it out in the Carillon Cup semifinals at the All Seasons Ice Rink in Aurora. The winner advances to play the Naperville Hockey Club in the finals next week. The Warriors have a new look this season, with players from Wheaton North and Wheaton South joining the team. The Warriors start off strong. James Nafsinger dishes it to Blake Cesarone, who shoots and scores. The Warriors lead 1-0 about 4 minutes in. Oswego is on the attack, and Noah Rodriguez fires from the left wing, but Warrior goalie Sean DeValk easily soaks it up. Working behind goal, Warrior Colton Richardson gets the puck in front of the nets, where Max Allman gets denied but scores off his own rebounds. A great play in front gives the Black and Blue a 2-0 lead. The Warriors keep pushing on offense, with Nafsinger rifling the shots on nets, but it's sent into the glove of Oswego goalie Sean McGinnis. Oswego's Kevin Beaumont has the puck from behind the goal line and sauces a pass towards the crease. Kevin Dunham is in front, and the puck bounces off a player and in for the goal. Oswego trims the deficit to 1 with 8:26 left in the first. Into the second period, the Warriors work into the offensive zone. Loden Lanham fires from the left wing, but once again McGinnis makes the save for Oswego. Into the final 5 minutes of the second, Ethan Newberg centers one to Joe Pinowski, who one-times it past the goalie. The Black and Blue go ahead 3-1. Looking to add to the lead before the intermission, Michael Chenier gets the puck back for the Warriors. He toe drags, then puts the puck on a platter to Nafsinger, who puts it past the goalie to give them a 4-1 lead. Elijah Houlihan adds another goal in the third to give the Warriors a 5-1 win over Oswego. For a 7th straight season, the Warriors Hockey Club advances to the Carillon Cup Finals, where they'll face the Naperville Hockey Club on Tuesday night.
Clear the ice, everyone, because it's time for the Carillon Cup semifinals at All Seasons Ice Rink. It's Neuqua Valley and the Naperville Hockey Club taking the ice for a spot in the final, where the winner will face the Warriors Hockey Club. Neuqua is on the attack first with Jacob Deutsch, but a shot finds Sam Carlton's glove, who makes the save. Naperville with the puck, and Scott Boscarino targets the right corner for the game's first goal. In the second period, the Wildcats start their attack, and here's Martin Dunn with the one-timer that goes in to tie the game at 1. Back the other way is NHC, who wants the lead back, but Wildcat goalie Elijah Jacknick denies entry to keep the score tied. Can Neuqua reward the defensive efforts? Jack Bimke is open, but Carlton shuts the door on the attempt. It won't stay tied for long because Ian Denker finds Broden Oswald, who goes top shelf, and Naperville jumps back in front 2-1. The third period shows the same routine for NHC as they work the puck around the left circle until Gavin Essler is in the right place to tap it in for a 3-1 lead. Off the face-off win, Nico tries to clear it, but Naperville repossesses, and Travis Holub sends it home for the dagger. The Naperville Hockey Club moves on to the Carillon Cup Finals, where they'll face defending state champs Warriors Hockey Club.
Let's head to Naperville Central for an IHSA football semifinal in our boys' play of the week. The Redhawks hosted York, and running back Aiden Clark made the most of a 3rd and long. Central trails by 7, and Clark gets the carry on 3rd and 20. Will Urbeck secures a block, which Clark follows, and Garrett Nichols sets the edge. The Redhawk back dives across the goal line to tie up the semifinal at 7. We'll take another look at the run from a different angle. This is Clark's 3rd ever NSW Play of the Week after earning 2 last season. Naperville Central and Bennett are hosting their annual tip-off tournament, and we'll give you highlights from both teams after the break.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm gonna get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
When it comes to interest rates, it seems the Fed only knows one direction, up. That's not fair. If you're fed up with high rates, head over to Fair Oaks Ford. You can get 0.9% APR financing for 66 months. Now that's fair. Plus, you'll get what J.D. Power called the best customer experience in the business. Fair Oaks Ford on Ogden Avenue in Naperville. You've got a friend in the car business. Shop online 24/7 at fairoaksford.com.
The De La Salle Meteors travel to Bennett Academy for a pool play matchup in the Naperville Central tip-off tournament. The Red Wings play their first game at home after falling to Lions 77-67 in the season opener. The Meteors are looking to begin their season 2-0 after an OT win against Oak Forest. Early in the first quarter, Bennett gets the offensive rebound and tips it back to Emma Briggs. Briggs finds teammate Lindsay Harzich for the quick three-point shot to make the lead 7-2 Red Wings. A few possessions later, after 2 Meteor free throws, Bennett's Bridget Reifenberg fakes out the Meteors defenders to get into the lane. Reifenberg finds Briggs for the open layup to make the score 9-4. The Red Wing defense puts the pressure on the Meteors in the backcourt. Bennett's Sailor Jones gets the steal and looks to take advantage, finding Aria Maza for the bucket. Bennett leads 11-4 with under 4 minutes left in the opening quarter. The Meteors struggle to inbound the ball as the Red Wings are glued to each Meteor player. Jones gets a hand in the passing lane, and Reifenberg recovers the ball and puts in the layup. With under a minute in the first quarter, De La Salle is looking to go 2 for 1 to end the quarter. Meteor Jakaya Jackson swings it to Kamara Jameson, who was defended well by Harzich. Jameson steps back for the long mid-range jumper, which finds the bottom of the basket. Bennett leads 22-9 going into the second quarter. Approaching the halfway mark of the second quarter, the De La Salle offense draws up a play for Anaya Hamilton. While driving to the basket, Hamilton is doubled, but that doesn't stop her, as she makes the tough shot over the outstretched arms of the Red Wing defense. Bennett leads 25-11. Moments later, Bennett's Maza drives to the basket, but the Meteor defense makes her pick up her dribble. Maza finds Harzich on the wing for the deep 3! Bennett leads 28-11. Ensuing Meteor's possession, Maza is able to avoid the screen to put a stop to the play as she comes up with the steal. With nobody in front of her, the Red Wing lays one in. Bennett goes on an 18-2 run before halftime, and Bennett leads 43-13. After multiple defensive stops by both sides to start the third quarter, Briggs sends a nice outlet pass to Ava Mersinger, who attacks Jong for the transition layup. Bennett leads 47-13 with 7 minutes left in the quarter. Pahodic's three-point attempt bounces to Meteor Ellie Cabrera, who leads the break. Both Red Wing defenders go towards the cutting Hamilton, which allows Cabrera to pull up for the transition 3. Bennett's Andy Farmer inbounds to Ann Vanderwall. Vanderwall goes for the left-handed hook shot, which she knocks down. After 3 quarters, it's all Red Wing as they lead 64-16 going into the fourth. 3 minutes in, keeping their foot on the gas, the Red Wings show off their ball movement in the half court. It finds Macy Mendez on the wing for 3, who hits the shot. With less than 3 minutes on the clock, Red Wing Lucy Tierney finds Farmer, who shoots a 3-point shot without hesitation as she gets it to drop. It was all Bennett turning defense into offense as they soar to a 77-18 win. The Red Wings continue with pool games off the Naperville Central Tip-Off Tournament on Saturday and Tuesday.
It's the season opener for girls basketball as the Naperville Central Redhawks play host to the Glenbard West Hilltoppers. The two teams met in the opening game of last season, where the Hilltoppers won 55-35. The Redhawks lost in the regional semis last season, while the Hilltoppers fell to Geneva in the regional finals. Aaron Hackett is ready for the season as the Redhawk Jr. quickly gets a layup off the opening tip. Up 2-0, Central continues their good start. Hackett ends up wide open off a screen, and she knocks down the 3 without a problem. Central's up 5-0. Glenbard West runs a harsh full-court press, and you see it here as Julia Benjamin picks up a steal, passes it to Lauren Escalante, and she finds the cutting Ellie Noble. The sophomore's layup gives the Hilltoppers the lead. Glenbard West operates out of the half court now, and Escalante finds McKenna Yeager, who calmly hits a 3 to extend the Hilltoppers' lead. In the final moments of the first, the Redhawks do a good job of breaking free from the press. Hackett gets the ball at the top of the key and knifes her way through the lane. She receives some contact but still manages to make the shots for Central. Hackett tries to bring the ball up again, but she's doubled and turns it over. Hannah Roberts finds Yeager, who adds to her 23-point night. Hilltoppers are up 19-9 at the end of the first quarter. Central tries to go into a zone defense, however it's no problem for the Hilltoppers as Maya Austin sinks a 3-pointer. They take a 39-20 lead into halftime. Central tried to get their offense going in the second half, and Tessa Williams hits a 3-pointer to kick things off. Glenbard West plays phenomenal defense, leading to a quick stop and a fast break score, with Benjamin finding Yeager for a layup. The Hilltoppers create a few second chance opportunities, including this rebound by Noble, and she gets the and one. Glenbard West rolls to a 62-38 win over Central. The Redhawks return to play in the NCHS Bennett Tip-Off Tourney on Friday night. The girls' basketball season has just begun, and Lindsay Harzich is already making big plays for Bennett Academy. The Red Wings lead De La Salle 25-11 in the second quarter, and Ava Thomas brings the ball up. Aria Maza gets the rock, cuts inside, and dishes it back out to Harzich. The Red Wing says why not and rattles down the deep 3-point basket. Let's see the play again. This game was all Bennett Academy as the Red Wings won by 49 points. That closes out our 13th episode of NSW Season 18. There will be no show next week due to Thanksgiving break, so come back again on December 9th. During the break, you can still find all our highlights, feature stories, and community sports on nctv17.org. You can also find us across all social media platforms at NCTV17. For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Joe Kennedy.